It's May the 4th once again, friends and neighbors. Hello. So good of you to join me on this auspicious day in our fandom. You know, there's a lot of YouTube videos that are going to be coming out today. I thank you for taking the time to watch mine. It's Jedi Phoenix with you here once again. As always, if you are new to the channel, I bid you welcome, and if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So glad to have you. But yeah, it is upon us once again, our favorite day. Not only is this, of course, May the 4th, it is not only this month that we're going to be getting the Obi-Wan Kenobi series later on this month, but it was also 45 years ago this month that the original A New Hope was released, and for many of us, life has never been the same, no matter when we first got into this fandom. So, it is a special day for Star Wars nerds everywhere. Let's relax and have fun. Alright. In a previous video, I did a little question and answer seminar. You guys asked me a bunch of questions and I answered them. One question that I left off of that video was asked by quite a few people, and that question was, what is my favorite saber, or what are my favorite sabers? I did not answer it then because I felt that it was a topic worthy of its own video, so here it is, and I felt that May the 4th was the perfect time to roll this particular answer out for the question. It is not one saber. It is impossible for me to narrow it all down to one saber. Alright? These are going to be my top 5 that are not my RevanSabers, as the title for this video says. Yes, you know how I feel about that company. I mentioned them over and over again. You guys are probably getting sick of it by now. Too bad. I'm not done with them. Ha ha ha. Speaking of them, if you have not heard, they are back in business. They sat down, they gave themselves a breakdown, and apparently they've had to sacrifice doing commission sabers, you know, custom sabers, in order to focus on what they're going to be putting out for their Etsy store. You know what? As much as that does suck, if that's what they have to do, that's what they have to do. It is a worthy price of staying open, I think, given the end result. So, they're able to stay open. They're going to continue to produce their works of art. I'm going to continue to order every now and then. Hopefully some of you watching out there will take the time to visit their store and see what they have. So, because of how I feel about that company, I went off on a big tangent on there, I'm sorry, but because of how I feel about their company, I consider their sabers as far above and beyond anything else that I've got in my, I call it my arsenal. It's my collection, I call it my arsenal. I always have. So yeah, they're in a class of their own. If I were to do a top 5 including them, it would be 4 of them and one other one. Look, I love all the sabers I got in my collection. I have a lot, I will admit. Not as many as others, but I do have quite a bit. I've got a respectable collection going, I think. I like them all. I love them all. I have not bought anything blindly, spur of the moment. The ones that I've bought, I've wanted. That's it. But these are the 5 that I kind of keep coming back to. It's an ever-changing list. All right, a few months from now, this list might change. But for now, how's that for a disclaimer? For now, these are my top 5 sabers for now that are not RevanSabers. Alright, how's that for a video title? So, kick back, relax, get your blue milk, and let's get the show going. The Guardian from SabersPro. So I'm still not 100% sure if SabersPro is an LGT affiliate. They don't really advertise themselves as such on their website, as far as I've seen, unless I've missed it, which is possible. But of all the LGT style sabers that I have, this would probably be my favorite. This is the Guardian from SabersPro. Coming at you in 3D. Sorry about that. I'll give you a look at it. Love the design on this. Love it. There we go. Alright. Yes. All the controls are all similar to LGT, so I'm just going to call this an LGT saber. But it has such a unique look compared to a bunch of other ones, a bunch of other LGT sabers. If you've been watching my channel long enough, you know that I'm all about the eye candy. I don't really worry about much about the soundboard or whatever fonts on there. Fonts are nice, don't get me wrong. But the first thing with me is how the saber looks. And this one jumped out at me. I've been mulling over this for a while before I pulled the trigger on it. And I'm glad I did. The only problem that I had with it, if you see my unboxing video, was getting the blade and the emitter. You had to, matter of fact, I can even show you. That was weird. Didn't even hit the button. Unless it says gesture control, I don't even know it. I didn't know that. I did not know this has gesture control. Okay, I'll turn it off. I'm gonna have to look into that. But anyway, where was I? Oh yeah. Getting the blade in is a bit of a project. You have to kind of judge how much of the blade you're going to expose on this part of the emitter. Get your retention screws in, and then get that piece in the saber itself. But this is available in Xenopixel on their website. I don't know how difficult the Xenopixel would be to get in. Hopefully not worse than this. But that's the only, I wouldn't even call it a problem. I call it just a minor quibble, you know. But this, it has a little bit of weight to it. It feels a little heavier to me than some other LGTs that I have. And this looks like it is built to take a pounding. It feels like you could really go ham with this and not junk anything up. Alright, I haven't done that yet, but somewhere along the way I might. Who knows? I'll look forward to that. Figures now it's not going to do it. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. Whether it has gesture control or not, it is a very cool saber. I really like this one. I have yet to take the blade out, Not so much because of the difficulty, but because I want this ready to go. If ever one of my kids says, you know, hey Dad, let's go in the backyard, this might be one of my go-tos for doing. For spinning, it absolutely is. I just to grab it and get a feel for it in the hand and twirl it around. This is in my top 5 for a reason. So, if you have the means, consider getting one of these. I'm going to leave a link in the description for all these companies that I'm talking about. So, check them out. Alright. As a matter of fact, I might leave not just the companies I'm talking about, but you know, any place I've ordered from. Alright? That I've ordered from in the past. That way, kind of a shopping guide, if you will, if you're looking for some places to check out, if you're getting new to the hobby. Alright? So, but anyway, that is the Guardian from SabersPro. The Gladius from Saberforge. Got some nicks in this one from a little bit of use, but that's alright. It builds character. It just goes to show how much these things can take a pounding. So, but yes, this is the Gladius from Saberforge. This is Gladius Mark 1, by the way. They have a new version out. I don't think this one's available anymore. But this is actually the saber that I took with me to Rhode Island Comic-Con last November. This is the one I took with me. I really like this one. As you can see, it is daylight. And I've got the light on in my room, so a little bit of extra light. And you can still see how bright this thing is. I do like that. First time I've got a 32-inch blade in here. Kind of like that. Came up 36-inch, but given how smaller the hilt is compared to some of my others, the 32 might be better for this. I might roll that for a while. But yeah. This was the second Saberforge that I ordered. And we got 3 of them. I got this one, the Katana Mark III, and the Emerald Knight. So far, this was my favorite of the bunch. As much as I love the other ones, this is a cut above the rest. The emitter is one thing. Really like that look. Because if you notice, it does look a lot like the old gladius swords that the Romans would use. And then you have that wrap that just adds some flavor to it. And there's your pommel. Good sound quality coming out of this one too. That rocks. I like that. Yeah, again, with the eye candy. Saberforge.
Resistance is dead. The war is over.
That was my Guardian shutting off. Pay no attention to that. But anyway, yeah, just the unique look of it. And like I said, I've gotten some, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, I've gotten a little bit of some nicks in the hilt. But call it natural weathering. You know? Still holds up even after about a year I've had this one, I think. So, but it still holds up. And very worthy of my top 5. This is the Gladius from Saberforge. The Darkstorm from Sabermach. Speaking of sabers that have a unique look to them, this sure qualifies. This is, of course, the Darkstorm by Sabermach. Give you a look at it. Of all the lightsabers I've seen, this is probably the one that least looks like a saber. Just because of the look to it. It doesn't have any of the traditional styles to it. It's all pretty much one piece except for the pommel that unscrews, you know, so you can get the battery to recharge it. This looks like, I thought it had the look of like an alien rock that was carved into the shape of a saber. Darth Ravens has likened it to a railway spike or a chisel. Darth Paradigm has likened it to one of the crystals from Superman's Fortress of Solitude. I think they're both right. This just has such a unique look to it that I was drawn to it as soon as I saw it. But the thing is, for all of its angles on it, this has no rough edges when you're running your hand over it. You know, not even the Covetech wheel. Alright? This, it handles smoothly, because I'm hitting stuff behind me. I have yet to feel like I'm scraping my hand. This swings like a dream. Alright, this is a spinning saber. This is one of my go-tos. It really is. I have yet to take the blade out since I've unboxed it. That's how often I'll grab this and just spin it around. Alright, and I've had this since November last year it came. The only thing with this was, it was a 6-month wait, but I think what happened was I ordered it at the wrong time. We were going through, they were hit with COVID badly. They've had to go through lockdowns and quarantines, component shortages. It was just a perfect storm. So, as much as it was a hard wait for 6 months, I don't blame them. That's just the nature of the beast with this hobby sometimes. But the saber itself was worth every bit of the wait. It really is. This is a beauty. If you're thinking about it, I highly recommend grabbing it. I really do. But that would be the Darkstorm from Sabermach. Maelstrom Elite from Vader's Vault. It would be very easy for me to say that this one is in my top 5 because I had to wait 10 months for it. I'm not exaggerating. It would be easy for me to say this is in my top 5 because it is probably the most expensive saber to date in my arsenal. But in truth, neither of those statements applies. The reason this is in my top 5 is because, look at it. Seriously. How can you not love this look? This is the Maelstrom Elite by Vader's Vault. And believe me when I tell you, this was worth the wait. This is, as I said in the unboxing, the bougiest saber I've gotten in my arsenal, and I love it. The handle, for one thing, I didn't know how it was going to feel when I got my hand on it. It is fine for hanging on to, no problems spinning it around. No sharp edges, even though it looks like there are, they're not. The emitter is another thing. The look of that. If you'll notice, the color on the switch matches the blade. You got your blinkies. This is a showpiece. Alright. And will I order another Vader's Vault? Probably not. It has nothing to do with the wait time. Although I say this now, but it's, famous last words. And now that I think about it, the Sovereign that they have is a bit of a nice look. I'm debating that, but that won't be anytime soon, if I do anything with it. But for now, this is it. All right. To show you an idea of how ritzy this came with a polishing cloth. All right, so you don't get fingerprints all over it. How ritzy can you get? But again, the construction is solid. I have nothing bad to say about this at all. The look on this is first class. This is absolutely going to be in my top 5 for a while. And that's just all there is to it. Give you another look at the beauty of the Maelstrom Elite. Alright, before we get into the number 1, it would not be a proper lightsaber video. I've mentioned them, I've talked about them, I gotta show them off. Before I get to the final entry on my countdown, yeah, time to show off some RevanSabers. We've seen numbers 5 through 2. We've shown off the artistry that is RevanSabers. One more saber to add to my top 5, and there it is. The Fallen from Ultrasabers. Don't give me that look. Don't give me that look. I see some of you out there. I see you through your screens. I see the dirty looks you're giving me. Yes, there is an Ultrasaber on this countdown. Alright? Look, this is my top 5. Okay? Here's the thing. I know, and I will admit, that their electronics are obsolete compared to other companies. They are behind the times compared to other companies. I admit all that freely. I will not argue against it. But it does not change the fact that they have some hilts that I think are really nice. I love some of the designs. I know they get big. I know they run big, rather. I know they're a little bit bulky to hang on to. That doesn't bother me. I don't have a problem with the ones that I have. But this is the one that I like the most. From the ones that I have from them, this is the number 1. Alright. This is, of course, the Fallen. It is their version of the KineMaster saber from Jedi Fallen Order. It is not, of course, an exact replica. It is far from it. That is another point that I will admit. It is a point that some people don't like about this, which I will acknowledge. That's fine. Doesn't matter to me. I love the look of the saber for what it is on its own. This was, of course, the very first lightsaber in this hobby that I got for myself. So there is a bit of sentimental value here to this. Okay? This was the very first one that I got myself. And I have not taken the blade out. I keep the blade in it. Anytime I go to spar with my kids, this is more often than not the one that I go to. Got a lot of use out of this Halloween night. I went trick-or-treating with my kid, dressed in my Jedi robe. This was the saber I grabbed. Alright? Flaws in all of the product, as far as the electronics. Eventually, my goal is to get the, gut this of what's in there now, get rid of the obsidian board, and add something else to this. That's my eventual goal. The hilt itself, though, is a 10 out of 10 for me. As a matter of fact, here's where I really drive some of you guys nuts. If you were to give me an ultimatum and say, you can only keep 5 overall, and you have to get rid of the others, the 5 that I would hang on to would be my 4 RevanSabers and this one. Believe it or not. Mainly because the other sabers I can always pick up again down the road if I ever had to get rid of one of them and I changed my mind. Alright, so the Revans are irreplaceable, and this one, the sentimental value is just too great. This is the one that I would hang on to. So that's all it is. Alright. design and the sentiment. Like I said, this is my list. If you don't agree with it, if you don't like it, that's fine. That's just how I roll. All right. But yeah, that is my top 5. Other than my RevanSabers, I keep adding that disclaimer. I know, but other than the RevanSabers, those are my 5. All right. For now, like I said at the beginning of the video, it is subject to change. I have a Saber Trio Reaver waiting in the wings. Hopefully, knock on wood, by the time you're watching this video, I will have been able to order another Saber Trio at their May the 4th event earlier today. Time will tell on that. Alright, I'm not done ordering. Like I said, I'm a collector. It's just too much fun. Alright. But, yeah, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned. Please subscribe if you have not yet. As I said, there are more Sabers in my future, along with a bunch of other content. You never know what you're going to get from me. I don't even know what I'm going to do yet as I'm standing here recording this. But stick around. Alright, we'll have some fun. But for now, I thank you for watching. Enjoy the day. Enjoy some other YouTube videos. You're going to do some shopping yourself. You're going to buy, maybe you're going to buy a Saber, maybe you're going to buy some sound fonts. Go for it. Enjoy the day. All right? Happy May the 4th. And until the next video, as always, please be good, be well, be safe, and be happy.